Will podcast is your host Santiago Brito, and we're here again on another amazing episode. Podcasting is uh not what it's not. Podcasting is so amazing because it's like I feel like it's like music. Like I feel like I could share my deepest thoughts, my truest feelings, and I think that's when it becomes what it needs to be. I'm grateful for all the people who listen, on a weekly basis. Like it's incredible. Like the people who are just listening, I pray that it's reaching you in the right way and is doing what it needs to do for you because this is what I do it for. This is like my diary, my way to express myself, my way to just speak about things about life and things that I'm going through. Today's episode, I labeled it My Demons, because I think that a lot of people, I think that me personally, my demons are not what somebody else might consider demons. I think that a lot of people will be like, oh, I got these demons, and it'll be like thoughts that they're fighting with. But I started to realize from being conscious and aware that my demons are pot, sex, alcohol, food. And I say they're my demons because anytime I consume them, I don't feel myself. I've been fasting lately. I've been focused on like living a different lifestyle, but I started to like really see when I wasn't feeling my best, when I was, a little bit off, a little bit like nah myself, and the other day I noticed something. The other day I just was like, you know what? I'm not gonna eat for today. And I just was like focused on work and motivated. I'm not telling nobody go out there and just do this, but I did this just to see. And I lasted a whole day without eating. And I realized something. I came to the realization like whoa, like there was no ill thoughts, there was no weird feelings, there was no anxiety, there was no second thoughts, there was no, you know, questioning myself. And it's because I hadn't consumed nothing the whole day. I drank water. And I started to realize that in order to really like climb in this universe, in this experience, I think I think you have to cut away with things like I think we're eating things that we don't need to eat. I think that we're told that food is fuel, but I don't think that the food we're eating is fuel. Like I've cut out the meat. I have a few years. I've been a pescatarian. Um, and I noticed that. So the other day when I didn't eat for the whole day, I was the most productive I ever been. I slept at a certain time. My thoughts were not controlling. My emotions were intact. And even I had like a challenging day that day. I was able to maneuver throughout the day without any like anger or hastiness or like or like we're humans, we go through these things, but I started to notice that what we're eating is very important. Another thing, I enjoy a drink here and there, like, and I started to notice that my drinking was like habitual. Like every weekend I needed a drink, and I'm like my culture is very happy and we drink almost every day in my culture, but I knew that when I drank, it was like I was paying for it for 2, 3 days, not only in the hangover, like emotions and like feelings and like not being myself. Like I'm very productive. I have a lot of goals. And when I'm on these things and I'm feeling this way, I'm not able to accomplish these things. That's alcohol. Pot. I enjoy pot, man. Like pot helped me get out of the pills. Pot was something when I was young that I enjoyed because I'm a person that loves to laugh. I believe laughter is the key to everything. Laughter is like the medicine. So I always enjoyed the giggles, and then I get the munchies, and then I have a good rest. I know I'm pretty sure a lot of people enjoy that about pot, but I started to notice that I was abusing it, and I wasn't accomplishing things, and now I'm using it to forget about what I have to do, and why do I have to live this life where I have to do things? Can I just smoke pot and forget about everything? That's not helping me in no way, shape, or form. Like it wasn't helping me accomplish. It wasn't helping me get to where I want to be and what I deserve. Third, sex. Guys, sex is amazing. We all love sex. We all love all the sexual things and being sexual. But I started to notice that sex was just about me, like just unloading, like just releasing the load, and I just wanted to like come and I started to realize that even like with my partner, like it wasn't something where it was like a mutual response. Like I'm constantly forcing it, not building up for it, not being emotionally connected for it, not being there. And when I tried to look at it that way, the sex was amazing. When I was patient, when it wasn't just about me, it was like this waiting thing. It was like this thing that built up in me, and then sex was just like bomb. But I cannot be addicted to that. And I had to realize that I was like addicted to that. Like if it wasn't from different women, it was through pornography. It was like something that I had to really come to my senses and be like, yo, this is not healthy. This is not helping me. So now I've been practicing to not celibacy, like that's another level, but I'm more at a place where I get the urges and I'm trying to channel these urges. Not that I'm like, oh, let me not do that, but like I'm more of being patient with it, trying to understand it. Because when I'm constantly unloading, I'm drained and I want to eat garbage and I want to give myself something. I'm not happy. I'm in a place of just like, ugh, and I think a lot of men maybe don't speak on it, but they probably feel the same way. They're just like in this constant cycle of unloading. And I've read a good book before. It's called The Way of the Superior Man, and he made a good point. He said that men, since the day of birth, we're coming out of the vagina, and we last our whole life trying to get back in it. And I think that a lot of men don't realize that the true, like feeling of accomplishment sometimes isn't some good, but is in purpose. Because when you're done, you're like done with it. That's one. Two, you go through a phase where it's like, you could ignore it for a few days. And three, you want to get back in there to do the same thing. And like you go through your life where it's like, this is natural in us, like to just, have sex. But I was addicted to this shit. It wasn't feeling good, And I feel like those are my demons. Like, and my demons aren't thoughts. My demons are what I'm consuming, what my thoughts are telling me I need to consume. Because I meditate a lot, and I'm going to the place where my thoughts are not really like in charge as much as they were. I'm starting to understand that they aren't mine. So when a thought comes in, I'm like, you know what? That's not me. Like, what? I don't gotta entertain that. And I'm more focused on the things that I want to do and I want to accomplish. But I noticed when I stayed away from all these things that I'm telling you, alcohol, pot, sex, not stay away, but like I'm not staying away from sex, but alcohol, pot, food that's not healthy for me, pizza, like I love all these foods. These things are, like I guess I grew up like eating for feeling and to feel better and not eating to fuel my body. When I stayed away from these things, right? Even the sex, like I was like, you know what, let me just take a break from everything. I was so focused. I was so honed in. It was like a different me. It was like things will go on and I'm not, I never panic. After I've been what I've been through, I never panic. I got faith, I trust God. But I still go through my ups and downs in life, and it's just, that's life. And I started to ask myself, like, look at where I'm at when I'm this way. Like, I believe this is how I'm supposed to function. I can enjoy a drink once in a while. I can enjoy, some pot once in a while. I can enjoy sex when it's mutual for my partner and it's like something amazing and it happens naturally. But when I'm constantly searching for stimulation and pleasure, I feel like I'm just distracted. I thought that it was something that is supposed to keep me balanced, but is a distraction. I think men was gonna take us to where we wanna be is purpose-driven, focus-driven, and understanding what our demons are. And I had to realize that my demons was what I was consuming. My demons weren't thoughts, because those thoughts aren't mine. My demons weren't this voice in my head, because that's not mine. It's like my brain is a receiver. I had to understand that. So I got to the understanding that these are my demons, and I'm starting to conquer them through meditation. For anybody who's out there who needs help, through journaling. Like I write these things down. Like I'm conscious of the things that I'm doing, and I'm more aware of what's going on in my body and in my mind. And I'm here to tell you that those demons no longer have any power over me. I'm here to conquer